So for my next automotive project, I'm going to be doing the vehicle of the best Texas Ranger of all time. Well, sorry, Nolan, it's not you. Yes, you are the best Texas Rangers baseball player of all time. We're talking about lawman. Here we go. The best Texas Ranger of all time of law enforcement rangers. You may think that that's Walker, and yeah, the two look a whole lot alike, but actually this is J.J. McQuaid. A lot of people call him a lone wolf. Well, if you're not familiar with the movie Lone Wolf McQuaid, starring Chuck Norris, this is the Ramcharger he drove. And this is the only Ramcharger kit I could find available. The grill is wrong. McQuaid's mirrors look different. And so I've, between eBay and some other internet looking thing, or other internet sites, I've bought a few things to turn this into that. Also, if you've seen the movie, there's one scene in particular involving the Ramcharger that you know the one I'm talking about. I'm going to try to link a YouTube clip to it in the description as well. And so because of that one scene, that just calls for a diorama, which I plan to do. And also, you know, if I'm gonna do the diorama of that, it's only fitting that I get lights. So I've actually bought a bunch of LEDs. It's a whole new adventure of wiring and lighting this kit. What could go wrong? If you've been watching this channel, just about anything. Well, so let the games begin. Also, for this Ramcharger build, one thing I figured out is that, yeah, I plan to put the dirt all over it. So, hey, if I get flaws in the paint job, just cover it up with dirt, just like the armor modelers do. But there's also gonna have to be a whole lot of thought going into construction in terms of, okay, where do I run the wires? This should be an interesting build, but I'm actually looking forward to it with all the new things. Also, I had to add the movie Lone Wolf McQuaid. If you haven't seen it or want to rewatch it, available for free with Amazon Prime, Tubi, and one other of those free stations that you can get to. The free ones do have commercials, but I don't know if the Amazon Prime one would. I started some very basic things, put that glass in the top. I don't care about the kind of markings that regular cement made, because I'm gonna file that down, paint over it. You know, no sunroof. And I also kind of put together the seats, since that was nice and simple. But in this bag, it's got a lot of the, it's basically full of the LED lights and parts to make it light up. Inside there is the corrected grill from Shapeways. And these are, that's like lights and light bar and siren that originally went to a different kit. I'm going to use just parts of that and recreate a light bar much like what was in the movie. finally I have a figure that I'm either going to use putty to make a full beard and make some more hair and turn this figure into Chuck. That's what I'll do, unless I can get my nephew to 3D print a whole body or at least a head of Chuck. So, either way, this figure is going to be turned into Chuck Norris. Also, some chrome parts that are actually going to get stripped, and because they're going to be painted black. All right, did a bunch of priming on the Ramcharger. Also put some putty down before priming, and found a few blank spots, so re-puttied that. Gonna re-sand it and get to working on that, get it nice and smooth. That's, I think, the only real body work that this one's going to need. Also primered this and the tailgate, which actually had some holes in it for adding on a tire rack on the back, but not going to use that, so had to fill those in. Need to sand those down. So got the seats put together and primed. So actually kind of got a start on this one. So I started just drilling that out and then realized, ooh, I got some styrene rod. Oh, but that, that diameter ain't quite as big as I thought it was. I'm going to experiment, try drilling that out a little more. And if so, I plan to cut this to a length, sand this guy down to just like a little nub that will fit on the inside, and then put in. On the other hand, what I might do first is just try continuing to, I'll try, but I'll keep that as fail-safe. I think I'll just try to drill that out to a diameter I want to see. There's a little bit of assembly done on the seats. Saw some gaps once I put them in primer, so I've now put some putty on those. All those need to be sanded. Got some pre-painting and some assembly done on the engine. And then got the headers done. And various pieces painted. What things I did here, I mean, there was a lot of flash on those shock absorbers, and there's still some flash on that roll bar. I'll just take the flash off and do some touch-up painting when I get them off the sprue, but there were actually extra pieces of sprue in there, and so I cut those off to get the painting done. And some things kind of similar here. I did take most of the chassis off to paint it, and got these where anything that where the sprue is still attached is going to be hidden, so I'm not really that worried about the about painting these on the sprue. I was painting these while listening to the first hour of Max's live stream. So I think that's about as far as I'm going to get on the Ramcharger this week. Well, that's going to do it for this week on the Ramcharger build. But I think I'm off to a good start on it. But as I start getting further into assembly, that's where I'm going to have to do some slowing down to really think about, okay, how are these wires going to run?